Welcome back, everybody. Couch Surfing Podcast, Season 3, Episode 12, I believe. We got a special guest in the house tonight with us, Ryland Beahr. Super excited to have you on.
Glad to be here.
I know you've been begging to get on.
Oh, been back since Thursday, and, we're hitting the ground running. We're really coming back into the States with a whole different mindset,
Exactly. Can't wait to talk about it and hear everything and what you've been doing. Quick backstory on Ryland for everyone here. Ryland and Christian, we met him in high school, or not school, lower school, middle school.
Middle school. Well,
lower
I knew
school
you.
for us.
Yeah, third
middle
grade.
school for
Ryland's
you.
known Benton longer than Ryland's known me.
But my family has known Christian way longer.
And we're getting to that one for sure. And so we're just catching up. He's back from Puerto Rico.
Yep, Isabela, Puerto Rico.
Isabela, Puerto Rico. So we're kind of getting to that and maybe some funny stories, things along those lines. But I do have a little bit of an opener question for y'all here. But asking a lot of people, this one. And I get different answers for everything. All right, so I'm going to give you, and this is, individual-wise, I'm going to give you $10,000 to chop off one of your fingers, okay? Every additional finger you chop off and give me, I will multiply it by 10. So it's 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, 100 million for 5 fingers, all the way up, all 10 fingers. No, it's just it's the finger right here. So you still got the nice palm.
You can't just do like
no, sorry, it's a full finger down.
You can't have one knuckle.
Down to the knuckle here.
Are we considering thumbs of finger at this point? Okay,
absolutely. So all 10 would be $10 trillion. How many fingers are you chopping off?
All of
them. All of them.
We're paying off this debt.
You're gonna do all 10.
Well, reason is, if I cut off all 10, I have enough to get metal hands. I could be Terminator-esque at that point, and then arthritis isn't really a thing anymore. So
fair enough. Christian, we'll come back.
That's a good point, man. I'm not gonna lie. $10 trillion.
I know.
10 trillion tax-free.
Tax-free? Oh.
You can literally get probably robotic things at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
So, I said the same thing. Just do all 10, fuck it, and I'll buy new hands. Now, second question with it, you're not allowed to buy new hands. You can't sew them back on.
Fair.
You have to live with just palms of your hand for the rest of your life.
I don't think that I would. I don't even think.
I said, for me, I would still do it. $10 trillion, wouldn't have any fingers, but I could hire a guy to be my hands.
Oh, for sure.
If I paid a guy, I got $10 trillion. I said, I'm going to pay you $500,000 a year to be my hands. So you're going to live with me. You're going to wipe my ass. You're going to feed me. You're going to type on a keyboard. You're going to text and stuff. But I'm going to pay you $500,000 to just be around me at all times. You're going to live in my house. I'll pay for your rent, pay for your food. Like, everything's
You might as well just find a security detail and just
make them do it.
Yeah, I make sure the guy I pick is like a big buff guy, security, because I can't defend myself other than slapping people with the palm of my hand.
What if you just had jacked palms though? So it's just like
you can kind of squeeze and crimp something, in there maybe. But yeah, I said I think for $10 trillion, I just hire someone. I think at the bare minimum for me, I do 6. I get rid of the left, and then my right ring finger, and be nice, and then that'll leave me with a bill.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Yeah, I think that's $1 billion. Yeah, that'll be $1 billion.
Dang.
Yeah, for 6 fingers, $1 billion.
Maybe
just one more. Might as well get the pinky, and now I'm at $10 billion.
That's a good point.
I think I just do both pinkies, because at that point.
But that's the thing. 2 fingers. That's $100,000.
It's pinkies though. Like, do you really use it that much?
But is it worth losing two fingers only for $100,000? Where for one more finger you're gonna have $1 million?
Oh,
This is what I'm getting into, because I also think realistically another way I do it would be 4, and I would just do pinkies and rings. Live with the claw pinchers here. Is what I would do.
So
and that would get me, what, 10, 100, was it 10,000, 100,000, $10 million. $10 million, I can invest that smartly and live off the interest and still have somewhat of a normal life.
You can give up your normal life and live with the crowd.
I think I could still surf. I can still paddle. I still got the palms. Exactly. So I can still do finger guns. I can still flick people off. I can still give people a thumbs up. Like,
but you couldn't throw a shot.
That'd be my hang 10. That's how it would be. No, but it's like a sideways flick off. Just be doing this. Like, but yeah. So that's my opener.
I like it.
Interesting question to ask friends and family. Comment down below what how many fingers you would cut off.
How many fingers would you
Now, just thought about
toes.
What if I also included toes now with it?
But now you gotta do it different. You gotta do 5,000.
Yeah, because that's... Oh my gosh, how much money would that be? Quadrillion?
Yeah, it's just like a ridiculous number.
It would be like I could probably buy like a couple countries.
You would have
probably
more.
A couple continents maybe.
You could you would have more than the world reserve current. Like,
so I could just buy the United States, Australia, Europe, maybe Russia. Just buy it all.
Yeah, there's only I'd say maybe a few $100 trillion like in the world.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get over 100 trillion.
Yeah, because
what is bigger
like
than
debt,
the world economy?
Debt.
Yeah, all that combined.
Exactly.
It's like, I think it's under whatever's after a trillion. It's in the hundreds of
trillions.
Well,
after 100 trillion, multiplying
that a quadrillion?
Would be 1 quadrillion.
Yeah.
This is what it would come next. And then, so for all fingers, a pink, and then 2 toes.
You would have more than
would be $1 quadrillion.
You'd have more than the world.
$1 quadrillion
currency
dollars. I get up to 100 quadrillion for 2 more for 4 toes and all my fingers.
Yeah, you'd have too big. You gotta start with $10.
I know. Okay. Anyhow, so that's my opener. Wanted to just throw that out there for y'all and get your thoughts with everything there. So getting into it, Ryland, you are back from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
How long were you there for?
4 months. So about December 15th to April 16th.
Okay. Was it just you, or were you with people?
Family was there. Obviously, I was there for a month or 2 by myself. I would go out with my neighbor. My neighbor would always come over. We'd go do stuff. And
is he American or is he Puerto Rican?
So he's Puerto Rican, but they have this weird thing down there where if you leave the island for any reason at any point at all and live elsewhere, technically you come back here a gringo. So you can look as Puerto Rican as you can be.
How long does he have to be gone for, though?
Oh, a couple months. It doesn't matter. There's only 3.7 million people on the island. So it's a very, very localized community. Like on the west side, if you go to a place, the chances are if you don't know somebody or you're not with somebody you know, they're going to look at you because they know everybody in the environment. And now you're coming and disrupting an environment that they're not necessarily sure, is this person looking to help or be bad? The big place over there is Rincon. And everybody I talk to down there, they call it Grincon. All the gringos live there. Yeah. And there are a lot of problems with it, but the thing I will say is this. I've gone there, I'd go and I'd be the only white dude, only gringo, and like at least 1,000 or 2,000 Puerto Ricans. If you respect the culture and you're just honest with them and you just are who you are, there's no problem. I've never had a problem. They're the nicest people and you will have an awesome time. But you got to understand their culture is not ours. They're American territory. They've been put down by the oppressive American regime of a government So the thing with them is this. They were free and had independence all of 24 hours, and then the United States made them.
Who had it before?
Spanish. So it was won in the Spanish-American War, because that's where we got Puerto Rico, the Philippines. Once we won, because, you have the whole yellow fever and, yellow journalism talking about, this and that. Once America won the war, Puerto Rico had 24 hours of independence. After that, it was an American territory that was used to grow sugarcane, agricultural stuff, all these things that America made it so codependent on it that in the 50s, they were like, we don't want you doing sugarcane anymore. Killed it all off, and it ruined their agriculture down there. So you go there, and where I was, there's so much farmland. No one farming it.
Just bare land, or?
Yeah.
Nothing growing?
Yep. And the way, grass, obviously. I mean, it's jungle, you know? The thing that is really gets you down there, the way Puerto Rican law for buying a house is down there. Okay, so say we're 3 brothers. Our mom and dad pass away. The house has to pass through all 3 of us saying okay for this land or house to be sold. So if you say yes, and I say no, doesn't matter. It's not getting sold. Okay. Comparative to here, you know, you have your grantees, grantors.
Yeah, you have people that are over the trust and stuff.
Right, exactly. And somebody is going to eventually want to sell the money's right.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So when you're usually in these places, you know, you got 1,000 Puerto Ricans, it's just you. Do you feel like they are looking at you like funny or anything like that? Like, do you feel disrespected in any way? Does it feel normal? Do you feel fine? Like, is there a stigma to you? Do you think you get treated differently? Like, more, what was that like for the 4 months there? Did you notice anything like that?
So I'll say it like this. Yes, it's any place you go, man. Like, there are gonna be the people that are.
Do you speak Spanish?
A little. It's different. It's so much slang down there. I could speak normal Spanish, and they'll understand it. But if they were to speak it back to me, it's not the same.
You're like, alright.
So the thing down there is, you have your gringo go home, all that bullshit, and then you have the people who, I mean, honestly, I would say Puerto Rico's like my cultural spirit animal. Because honestly, they really don't care. They just are there, they live, they want to have a great time, they want to experience life, they want to be with people, and they want to do that. As my neighbor said, it's like anytime they speak down there, it is like they're on a 60-second stop clock. Because that's the time they have to get what they need to get out, and then it's on to the next person. So, and when you go, all these little towns, I just saw this thing, DeMarcus' cousin, he's going down to Puerto Rico to play basketball. I was watching Hassan Whiteside, he played for the Cabradillas Pirates, against Arecibo Captains. And I mean, it's Hassan Whiteside, the guy was on the Heat. Yeah. And he's like 6'10", 6'11", and these guys are literally arguing, because it's like, who the hell is going to guard this guy?
Why is he going down? Did he get dropped from the Heat?
So he's looking to get a revival in his career. He's looking to get a revival in his career because the Puerto Rican League is very serious. The big team down there is Bayamon, which is ran by Yadier Molina, the same guy who was managing the Puerto Rican team in the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
MLB catcher for 20-some-odd years with the Cardinals. But he gives back. I
don't know sports that well.
This
is not a sports podcast.
No.
We know nothing.
No, it's all right. Little education here and there.
No, I appreciate it. And obviously, it's funny you talked about, I asked who owned or who was over occupying before and stuff, and you can tell Ryland knows his history. Ryland's a little bit of a history buff. It reminds me of 5th grade, I would say 5th or 4th grade.
You talking about with Miss Balance? Because 4th grade you had Miss Vincelette.
I'm thinking Wax Museum.
Oh yeah,
5th grade.
I think it's 4th.
4th.
I think you did the Wax Museum.
No,
before. I think we did.
I thought Wax Museum was 3rd grade. No, Wax Museum was 4th because 3rd grade was the county fair.
Yeah,
because 4th grade.
Because we read Charlotte's Web. Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. Yep.
So you're right. 4th grade, I was there.
Stonewall Jackson.
We have something called the Wax Museum, where every kid picks a historical figure from American history, I believe, right? Is it only American?
Well, it was American history, and they had to have passed.
Yeah, they're dead.
So like Elvis Presley. Yeah. Exactly, right.
I chose is one of the guys from, I believe, the Challenger.
Yes, you and Colin.
And Colin as well. So we did a joint one. Right, and we got a little vest and stuff, a little blue thing, a little rocket on. He kind of dressed up, try to play the part. You learn everything about the guy's bio. So when someone comes by and asks like, "Who are you?" You're supposed to give like a 2-minute, 5-minute speech on like who the fuck I am.
Your bio.
Yeah, my bio. Ryland dresses as Stonewall Jackson.
No.
And you also build like a little setup.
Yeah,
like a stage.
There's a tent out there. I have my things to ready.
Ryland really goes. Cool. So we're all in the gym. I remember, but you weren't in the gym.
No,
you
I was outside in the front of the school.
In the very front of the school. And he was in a tent, like a legit tent, like a real tent, like that would be back in Stonewall like time. Mm-hmm. He's got a fake beard. But at the time, Ryland could have had a real beard.
This is true.
Like legit.
That's something else I'll get into in a sec. But you can still ask my dad to this day. Like Richard will say, I remember pulling up to the school, seeing Ryland, and Ryland just fully method acting, deep in character of Stonewall, not breaking, and knowing every single little detail. Like, everything about it. Like, it wasn't like a speech he'd give. You just have a conversation. He would talk and know the answers that Stonewall would do. So, you know a lot about your history. Do you still have an interest in history? You studying anything or anything?
So, right now I'm probably going to go back. I was debating on what I was doing. So, I talked while I was down in... here, we'll show this. So, right. This is the state ring I won with the football team I coached 2 years ago.
Oh, that's what it was.
He had no clue what
he had no idea. I know.
Like wedding ring or something. I was like, you married a Puerto Rican girl down there?
No, it's not like that.
Before we started, Ryland said, "Oh, I got a ring I want to show you." I was like, "Wait for the podcast, man."
I knew that's what you were thinking. I was like, "This is funny."
Yeah, he's like not gonna think that at all.
Ryland married a Puerto Rican girl down there. He's gonna tell me he's married. Oh my god. Okay, first off, fucking, you're right. Let's talk about your ring size. Do you know what size it says?
14.
I was about to say it's gotta be a 14.
Yeah.
This is fat.
Yeah.
I wear a 6.
I think mine might be a 7.
I mean, it's big on me. We got him bigger because the bigger you are, 12-0. So
the bigger you are, the bigger the ring actually is.
Well, yeah. I mean, you get a bigger ring because now they put more. They
put more shit.
But we went perfect. The last 4 years, coached at Atlantic Shores Christian. I've gone 38-7. We went and lost.
Were you head coach?
O-line coach. But okay. I mean, I do that and I run most of the offense.
No, I remember you running that shit.
Yeah, well, during that year, our head coach got sick. We all got COVID the first week, so I'm literally coaching a game at Isle of Wight, and I'm dying. The trainer is taking more care of me than anybody else on the field. I'm like, bro, can I get a wet towel? I'm gonna pass out and die. Finish the game, go in my car, pass out. I wake up at 7 in the morning in Isle of Wight, and I drive home. And I get home, COVID for a week, get back. He ends up getting it, and he comes in one day, and I mean, we're playing a game. It's a Friday night. It looks like he's got cancer. Oh. He's got the scarf on your head, and he's so dejected. Remember when SpongeBob got the suds?
Yeah.
It looked like that. I can't make this up. Yeah. It looked like that. So for that week or two, I mean, I took over and was just doing what we needed to do. I know what we needed to do. We went undefeated. We won the state game. I think we had 8 seniors graduate. 7 went on to go play college ball. So, but I'm probably going to go back, go get sports management, sports exercise. I would love...
Oh, really?
I would love to
teach. You're at school?
Yeah.
Here?
TCC, yeah.
How long are you going back or are you staying here for a while?
So, I would honestly, man...
Every year he'll probably go down.
It was hard. Leaving this time, I told him, on the flight back, they're because I'm landing in Richmond, they're all you that live in Virginia, welcome home. And I'm almost crying because I didn't feel like I was at home anymore.
Is this my home?
You build up a relationship with all these people.
For 4 months,
I was going to this little dive pool hall country every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I go up there and everybody knew me. And, it's cool, because, nice. They would go out of my way to, say hello to me. Like, and I mean this, like, the way it's done down there, it's different. It's very rude, but not rude. It's like, if I know you, but I'm in my clique, I'm not saying hello to you.
Yeah, you're doing your thing.
Right, exactly. And it's a respect thing down there. It's like, okay, if you see him, okay, what's up? But besides that...
Give him a head nod from afar, yeah, but he's doing your thing, I'll do my thing, like, so, but, yeah.
So I'm going to teach you some fun Puerto Rican facts. So one of the things they do down there, they do so much non-verbal communication. And most of the time is because they're drinking in one hand. So if you're, like, asking me a question, I'm either doing one of these or... So it's no and yes. And they point with the lips. I don't know why. They're like, my drink's over there. I got to go get my drink over there. You're like, what?
So I'm drinking. You asked me a question. Yes?
Yes. No. Yeah.
How many times is someone asking you something while you're drinking?
You want another drink?
Well, it's because you're always drinking. Like down there, I'm serious. You get more in trouble drinking. Being on the phone and driving than drinking and driving. The law down there, I'm not saying it's non-existent, but they let people.
No one cares.
They let people police themselves. That's what it is. Like, I got in a car accident with my neighbor. Coming the day before I flew back.
When I was drinking and driving.
only when I was drinking and driving. Nah, but we got in this car wreck. And
you driving?
No, I was not driving. No. I wasn't. But the guy hits us, and we're literally. You call the police. You know what the police told him? Sorry, we're too busy checking our stickers right now. Don't worry about it. No, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. This is like, It's the thing is, when I would go to a bar, I could drive back, 100 miles an hour, and nobody's gonna stop and say anything.
Yeah.
You run red lights after 12 o'clock because it's a legal thing down there.
Dude, that's a legal thing here. if no one's around.
Oh no,
I'm gonna do that shit.
Oh no, I mean like. I'm going 80 through a red light at 12 or 1.
Ooh, okay. I don't know that.
Yeah. See?
I'm like we're on like 45 or something, like coasting up to it.
The thing down there is they're not out to get you. They're not out to make the money like the governmental police fascist status quo of the states. And the reason is down there they got bigger fish to fry. They don't care if you're drinking and driving. It is a social normal thing down there. Like before we went to go to the base with my neighbor, oh, let's get a drink. Oh, we're not drinking a day. Oh, we end up drinking.
You going to the base?
So he was former military.
Base? Okay.
Yes, he's former military. We'd go to the exchange and buy stuff because it's cheaper in the exchange.
Can you get on?
I go with him, right? Okay. Yeah. So we go and buy stuff, and I mean, it's cool. You go, it's cool. You buy stuff for cheaper. The thing I was telling him about, I'm gonna get you guys a bottle for the show. It's called Palma. And I don't drink vodka. Both I swore off vodka a long time ago. Yeah. But this thing is pomegranate, tequila, and vodka. And it tastes like sweet wine. But not as tart as wine is. Palma. Yep. Palma. Alright.
Palma.
We would get a bottle of it. You would drink the whole bottle in 20, 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I swear, man, you would be gone. Just,
Goodness. Okay. So, let's back up real quick back to the beginning here. You said, so you were gonna go. You're back. You're thinking about going, or have you enrolled in TC? Or you're thinking about it? Where are you at with this?
I have to go in. I have an appointment tomorrow, so I have to go in, get that done. Hey, what credits do I have? Because I have over a year and a half.
That's right.
So, I have stuff, but I just got to know what's going to account for.
Where am I at? What the hell do I need to do? Where do I need to pick back up?
What do you mean?
You're talking about you have all these credits, so you need to know kind of what class do I need now? Right. Where to start back up?
Well, I started with the business major because running the business and helping out with what I was doing, I felt that would be a good background to have. The more I looked into it and was like, this is really what they call a BS degree. Because half the stuff you're never going to use in business. A lot of business is done through handshakes and talks and with some modified and refined paperwork.
What is the business?
The business was, we ended up selling it. It was a title search company. So in certain states, like Virginia is one of the states to where you were going to buy a house, we go through either, like, you ever seen Samuel White? Samuel White's the big real estate lawyer, proprietor of this area. Pretty much if you buy a house down here, it probably goes through Samuel White. We would do stuff with them. I'd have to go in every month, have a meeting. What it is, though, is when you buy the house, you have to have somebody check to make sure there's a clean line of title. So from the time this person had the house to the original bargaining and sale agreement, we take it back 60 years. If it doesn't go... So, I mean, I was in downtown Norfolk Courthouse. You know where that is.
Yeah.
And I was dealing with stuff from the 1907s. And it's just curse of chicken scratch. Like, you're not reading it. So, and it was cool, knowing my history background. It's cool to be able to see that this person is here.
That's pretty cool.
And then Virginia Beach, I learned a lot about all the changing of the counties and what they were, because it was a big thing in the 60s. It was very racially molded by the government. If you don't know, do you not know this? You know what I mean?
I don't.
Okay, so
because it used to be like Princess Anne County.
Yes, yep. Yeah. So you had Princess Anne County, South Norfolk, which was all, and then you had what was Norfolk. Well, Norfolk at the time, from like the HRBT to like maybe halfway to East Beach. That was all Norfolk was. Mm. And what they ended up doing was, with Princess Anne County, they started subdividing into Chesapeake and stuff like that. They didn't want the African Americans living there. So they ended up re-gentrifying way back in the day and moving them into Portsmouth, Newport News.
Gotcha.
Suffolk, they really didn't touch because Suffolk had already been its thing. It was more, you get Chesapeake out of it, Portsmouth, Norfolk, like a legit Norfolk, and you get, like Newport News and Hampton out of it because that all is affected by it.
Dang. Okay, so like, because like I know, I forget who I was talking to about it, but like Buckrow Beach in Hampton.
Oh yeah.
That was like, they were telling me, this is a black person, they were like, yeah, like that's the only beach that black people could go to back in the day.
Oh yeah, because they weren't allowed in Virginia Beach.
I was like,
they
weren't. That's pretty wild. I didn't even realize though. No, I mean, for sure, like it was part of that time period.
Right.
But it's just funny, not funny, but it's just like never would have known that Virginia Beach, you know what I mean? Like, Virginia Beach was a small place, though.
Oh, it is. And how many people, live here, don't even know it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
It goes by the wayside. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff the government does with history to remove it so they can repeat it. For instance, like, this is going to be hot topic, but...
Oh, hot take. Let's go.
All right, the Confederate statues, right? Okay. I don't have a problem with you taking them down. But if you're going to take them down, then put them in a museum. Because if you just take them down and destroy them, this next generation of African Americans coming up, they're not going to know it. They're not going to go, oh, this is a statue. Everything's going to be oral at that point. And as you know, we're people, one story changes hand over time.
Especially orally. Yeah.
So the government wants to do this so that they can re-enslave individuals, whether that's mentally, physically, however they want to. Because it's what it is. At the end of the day, somebody wants to be pulling the strings and have somebody else doing the work they don't want to do.
Hot takes. Hot takes to throw out.
Nah, I feel you, man.
Coming out of the gun.
Coming out of the gun.
But that's interesting. So, like, you would spend a lot of time in, like, courthouses and stuff looking up deeds for all that.
Absolutely.
What's the reason behind it? Like, why do you need to show all the deeds and titles from, like, all the past buyers before I buy this house?
I guess in case somebody doesn't have a claim or something, too.
Well, you want to make sure it hadn't been foreclosed on, because that changes it. But you want to make sure it's in, because then, if this, all right, so... And it changes, too. So when I go and do Yorktown, they call it meets and bounds. And meets and bounds is not acres.
Okay.
You know? So meets and bounds is more of the fact that, like, oh, my property line's from this ditch to the red post. Comparative to if I'm looking at a plot in Norfolk or a city, it's going to be this plot, it's half an acre, whatever. and it's going to show you. I would look at the plot map sometimes because that shows you, all right, so, you know, if you're looking in, say if I was to get the plat of this area, I could look and be like, oh, this is where you live, this is where all these other people live, and you could see what it is. And sometimes, if you don't do the due diligence on it, you'll miss people missing payments out because they haven't paid. So if you want to buy it, that's an issue. You miss out on, hey, if somebody's interfering and becoming on my land, you know, if I have land and now you're encroaching on it and it's not yours, after a certain amount of time in Virginia, it can become your land.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I did not know that. That could be a problem.
So
I can see that could.
Right. So, for the most part, though, we did a lot of that. We did a lot of recordings. So when somebody actually buys the house, I would run the recordings to a courthouse. I mean, most of the time we would get recordings is between early summer to late August because every parent that sends their kid to college is refinancing their house. Mm-hmm. So that's when you get more recordings because you're getting the refinance recordings.
Interesting. That is something I never thought about either.
We don't have to talk about real estate because it's so much in the shitter right now. It just makes me upset. I mean, it's just the God honest truth.
What is housing market in Puerto Rico?
It's weird, man, because and I was bringing this up to him. I would love to find 5 or 6 people. Hey, let's all put $100 in, rent a 1-2 bedroom apartment. Out of a year, you spend $1,200. You go down there for a month or 2-3 weeks or however long. I mean, it sort of pays itself off.
Yeah,
it's only a 5-hour flight in the air from here to there.
You get direct?
No, you don't get direct. But
okay.
Where
are you going, Miami?
Always red eyes. No, I'm dead serious. There's only red eyes that fly into Aguadilla.
Yeah. So where
though?
All right, so you can fly out of Norfolk or Richmond, and usually either it goes up to Newark and then you go to Puerto Rico, or you go to Orlando.
There we go.
And then you go Orlando.
That's my move right there.
I mean, it's nice.
Not going up and then back down.
No, I know.
I know.
And then you go to Newark and you're sitting there for hours because it's a busy airport.
Yeah. Orlando. That's where I'm heading.
Going into Aguadilla Airport is the first time I left it was this year, and it's smaller than
you need to get a place in Orlando so that you can
lay over. Yeah, for a week.
So that you can stay there.
Did you surf at all?
A little bit, but it was so...
You got barreled.
You're on the west, you said.
Yeah, the west is really good for surfing over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
really good. Because...
West and northwest.
Yeah, so...
San Juan is on the...
East coast, northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah,
northeast.
Northeast, yeah.
East, northeast. And then the WRV, which maybe...
Was where he's at.
Oh, you're near WRV?
Yeah.
It's 2 hours away, yeah, so maybe that would make sense.
Is he talking about the wave riding vehicles over there off Hobos?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm literally up the hill.
No way.
At the top of the hill.
Yeah, top of the hill over, yeah.
Ah, damn.
So, I mean, every day I would go down to Uma's and just have a beer.
You said you're in Aguadilla?
No, Aguadilla. No, say it right.
Aguadilla?
Aguadilla. The L's are J's, but it's Isabella.
Yeah, and
so
then...
right up the hill, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure WRV is in Isabella.
Yeah, so that's... You're looking the downtown.
Yeah.
So... Look for... So that's right there.
Yeah,
Tsunamis. So Tsunamis is right there. That's the restaurant, across. WRV's, over there.
Yeah, I thought WRV was...
Yeah, it's right there. Right. And so if you come up this road, boom, you go through here a little bit, then you pick up this road. We're right over, right before you get into downtown. It's called Brindy's Pizza, and we're right behind that.
Dude, that is sick.
Yeah.
Where are we going? When are we going?
When do you want to go?
Ryland's come down.
When are we going down?
When do you want to go down? I mean,
Ryland's gonna introduce us.
Let's pick a week when the swell's not amazing, because I don't want it to be too big, but give me a nice moderate day.
How about
let's go in December.
I was gonna say
let's go in December.
When do you go down? Because I was gonna say the week before Christmas.
That could be fun.
because it'll be warm down there.
He will get his shit tossed if he comes in December.
It depends. I mean,
I'll ride the inside waves.
There's days where there's places where you could go.
No, it's like the late December to early January, bro. I mean, everywhere was at least 12 or more. Anywhere. And half of it over there is reef. So you're like...
There's places. I know there's places.
I mean, a crash boat was like 15 to 20, I was telling you.
Yeah, but I know like it just depends on which way the swell's coming from because it won't wrap around a rincon as well. Depending.
It's a big trade wind swell over there. When you get that northwest wind,
well, that's the thing.
Really
this year was
up.
La Nina.
Yes.
So it wasn't as bad for big swell. It was just like trade wind. Yeah, they get a lot of trades. But that's just a wind swell. Like the real swell that you're looking for is like a massive northeaster or like a hurricane. Yeah, or like a winter hurricane.
But it's weird. You would have to get a hurricane that comes through the Gulf because it's on the west. It doesn't
seriously, it'll sit out in the middle of the Atlantic or the top of the Atlantic, and since there's nothing, it's just deep water. It sends swell all the way down to Puerto Rico. And it'll wrap around.
I can see it's Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and it'll wrap around the west side because if you're getting a bunch of swell that's coming like this and this is Puerto Rico, the swell will literally bend like this. Mm-hmm. And then they'll be getting smaller but still really good waves.
Question.
Because they have power.
Do hurricanes always spin clockwise?
It depends what hemisphere.
Or do our hurricanes spin clockwise, or are they
typhoons?
I think are they?
Yeah, I actually think
are ours counterclockwise?
I think you're right. Trying to think of it in my head right now.
I can't tell. Just the toilet flush. That's which way the hurricanes.
For some reason, I was thinking a lot of the hurricanes we get all go clockwise, but now I'm feeling that they do counterclockwise.
I think it is counter
because I feel like I remember it's always like spinning and like they will get hit with it like that, where it's like the other way becoming like, I don't know.
I think it's counterclockwise.
The thing with
but do they always feel like that? Is there such thing as a clockwise hurricane?
Yeah, it's in the southern hemisphere.
Fuck yeah, there's no way.
They call them typhoons.
Yeah, they do call them typhoons.
Which way do hurricanes spin? First question is, or it says, what way does a hurricane spin if it's on the equator?
There we go, talking about the other hemisphere. All hurricanes
spin counterclockwise.
When they come across the equator, they switch, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it says clockwise in the northern hemisphere, or counterclockwise northern, clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Fuck.
And when they cross the equator, they switch.
But when they're on the equator, what happens, man?
There's no hurricanes on the equator.
True. Well, that's the fact. That's the fact of the day. I'm definitely asking people that tomorrow is what way do hurricanes spin in the northern hemisphere and see what people know.
And then you say, which way do they spin?
Yeah. Don't give them the
out. And then get like, everyone's going to be like, counterclockwise, clockwise. Be like, you guys are both right.
and you're both
wrong.
wrong.
Really be messed up.
They do it all. They do it all. All right, well, that's cool. That is interesting.
We're getting smarter over here.
It's a fun fact.
We get smarter every time.
All right,
that's all that matters.
Quick little intermission here, and we'll go back to Ryland to ask some more questions. So, wanted to show a quick video, like 6 seconds long. It literally would be a great like TikTok sound if you would like use over like voiceover or something like that. This is a video clip of Randolph Macon's president. His name's Langren. OG Bobby Langren. You've seen him. He is giving it's a snippet from a video he made when talking about like the history of Randolph Macon and stuff, and he gets to the part about the fountain, like the history of the fountain, like who built it, why it's there, like who made it, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So this is a clip that we took from it, and this is like not edited, like this is what he said. I stopped it. I took out all the beginning and then took out all the end. And this is like just a snippet from the video, 6 seconds long.
Let it squirt. Yes, he did.
One more time.
Let it squirt. Yes, he did.
Bro, who let this man say that on camera and go out to everybody? Let it squirt. Yes, he did. Then the fountain, the soundtrack going off for it. Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, what if I didn't show you the video and that's all you heard was that? Like, what do you think is happening? Let it squirt. Yes, he did. I don't know. I just think that sound has some great potential.
I think so too. I think you should put it on there.
I know.
Tag RMC.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. My TikTok literally says Benton wins. Beginning a phone call from the president very quickly. So yeah, now the little tiny video break. Wanted to show you all right there. All right. So you're gonna go back to school. You're gonna get that figured out.
Yep.
When do you think you're heading back down?
So that's the hard thing, because the way it is, while I was down there, I was talking to a college coach, and I was pretty much told, finish up what I have, get a degree, and I would have a college job. Which would probably actually work out the best, because from, I believe it's January to late February, it's a dead period. Mm-hmm. So pretty much, for 2 months of the year, I could be down there. Problem is, every time I go, it gets harder to leave. Like,
Till you start a league down there of your own.
I mean, I could. Fun fact. I went to a bar one night, had a drink, started talking to this guy. Shit. It's some old white dude. So I'm like, whatever, man. Cool dude. Name Ted. I'm like, alright, bud. How you doing? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, I come to find out he was a referee that got headbutted by Dennis Rodman.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was down there doing the leagues and stuff. I mean, it's...
I know that name.
Damn. Yeah, you know Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, who the hell is this? And I looked him up and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? I mean, like, Dennis did a number on him. Like, he was...
Damn.
He literally looked like Mel Gibson coming from a Braveheart battle, where it's just blood everywhere. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, that's what I like about down there. You could go out to a little bar and you could be talking to a guy who's worth millions and trillions of dollars, and you would never even know.
I mean, let me just get a beer.
Well,
what's your cheapest beer?
I did meet a couple trillionaires. Unfortunately, they just didn't have any fingers.
That is too good. Okay, put you on the spot real quick. We can give you some time to think. Christian, I can talk, I'm sure. Do you have any stories, anything from middle school, high school, after that? Christian, involves Christian, involves me, involves both. Anything along those lines. I can jump in real quick with a just quick story with Ryland that I tell people all the time. Like literally, I told someone about you last week.
Oh, good.
And it's always it always gets brought up because in my company, it used to be a rule: clean shaven. Clean shaven was like the thing. No stubble, nothing. And some people always talk about that, and then I always bring up, you want to talk about who would have had a really tough time here at this job? It's my friend Ryland.
Oh yeah.
So, like we said, if you're listening to when we talked about Stonewall Jackson, we said Ryland had a fake beard. Christian said, "Nah, that was real." To be honest, I don't know, because it could have been real. Because starting in the fifth grade, Ryland started growing a beard.
And getting in trouble for it.
Like a full beard,
not
a spot.
Not patches, a full beard started coming in.
Only thing was right here.
Yeah.
Could never get that to grow.
It started coming in, though. It was chops, stash, goatee. It was coming in heavy 5th grade. And in the 5th grade, there's also, for some weird reason, a clean-shaven policy for 5th graders, even though no one else fucking had it.
Oh, no.
They may have made the rule just for Ryland. But...
Probably.
But there's that rule. So Ryland I vividly remember Ryland coming into school one day, shaving cream on his ear still, on the inside. And, clean shaven. You can see he just shaved that morning. paper towel, a little paper towel, like on his spot. He cut himself. I mean, what the fuck do you expect a 5th grader cutting himself with using a razor? And by like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, before school is over, he has a 5 o'clock shadow and gets in trouble for it.
Yep. That happened in middle school as well.
Oh, no, it happened for like the fucking rest of the time.
Nah.
And Ryland would like... Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like I remember in the nurse's office and them having a razor and shaver cream for you.
Okay, so the story behind that was Mr. Sandwell actually did have a razor. But I went in there the one day and I'm like, bro, just give me the attention. I'm not going to shave with this razor. This is something from like the 1970s that...
So one blade.
like one blade, like they're shaving the porno stash off. Like, I'm like, bro.
I also don't want to use someone else's like razor.
Right.
Face like that. I feel like I'm just going to break out. Like, your oils with my oils? Hell no.
Well, I didn't think he used it. I think he just had it there to have it there.
He's been holding it for you.
He was like, I got something for you. Don't you worry, I got something for you.
Oh my god.
All right, so you want stories. Probably one of the best stories is when we're staying at your house. Was it we were staying? I mean, I have...
Where are we?
No.
Beach house?
Yes.
58th?
Yes.
Bachelor?
No, not the Bachelor. No, not the Bachelor that night. Me and him, this is before he got married. Me and him get so drunk, we go outside, and we're literally like... on the edge, and we're fucked
on
up.
The second story.
No.
House?
This is not. No, it's not the beach house.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
We're getting to the beach house.
Okay, where are we then?
We are 17th or 18th. We just went to Lunacy, so we got me and him leave.
Yeah.
Me and him are leaving Lunacy, and me and him are so fucked up. We've been drinking all night, and I'm over here.
We're on a bench.
This?
Yeah.
Not even. Yes. Yeah.
Mulch.
Yes.
The
mulch. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, continue. I'm there.
It's not even we're on the bench. It's like this is the bench. This is the side. We're both like sitting on the wood that like would separate a playground. If that makes sense.
Yes. He's sitting on the barrier between a sidewalk and a patch of dirt.
Correct.
Like a curb. He's sitting on a wooden curb.
But it's not that tall. It's like.
It's just 4x4. It's expensive.
So me and Rocky McGee, we're just over here. Police walk by.
I got a photo of this, dude.
Yes, you do have a photo. Police walk by. I end up throwing up. I believe you end up...
I think they came by on a bike.
Yeah.
They came out on a bike.
Right when they got passed.
They got past like literally 2 pedals. Like 2 pedals worth they cost to go by. And all I remember is Ryland yakking. But Ryland's yak was...
It was all full.
Yeah, it's projectile.
It didn't spray. It was a condensed fountain of a tube of just yakking out of his body. And all the homeless people just hear him go,
oh, that hurts, bro. We've been there before. I'm like, shit.
This one homeless guy, dude, if you can remember... at least the month and year for this, I know I can find a photo.
2017 or 18. Because it was right...
18.
2018, but give me a month. You got?
It had to be anywhere between June, July, August.
Yeah.
Because it was before your birthday, and I think we were staying at the house that night. Because there was...
because
2016 or 17? You said 17?
17 or 18. Because I tripped up the steps going up the steps.
Okay, so...
he took your phone.
Well, Ryland's yakking. Hobo's put mulch on his throw up.
Yeah.
Ryland, recovers. Christian's chilling. And, we went out with a big group of people. And at the end of the night, he's dying. A girl is pissed. Another girl's crying over a guy or something. Everyone's the nice, just fucking, Steven's with us.
Yes.
Steven's with us, and literally he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with your friends?" I'm like, they're great.
Oh shit.
Okay, and Ryland is like, "I'm going for a walk," and I was like, "Okay, I was like, no, don't do it." You're like, "No, I'm doing it." Okay. I was like,
hold up. Okay. I told you I was going to walk back to your place.
Yes.
I did not say I was going for a walk. I'm like, I'm going to walk back to your place on 58th Street. 40 streets away.
We're on
almost
it's
20.
22nd.
Yeah. No, it is 22nd. Yeah.
22nd to 58th. And he's like, "No, fuck it, I'm going to walk." And I was like, "No, you're not." He goes, "No, you can't stop me." I was like, "All right, just give me your fucking phone. I shared my location with him and got it on my phone. I was like, all right, here. I gave his phone back. I was like, fucking go. All that matters is I got your location. I am going to Uber. I got an Uber back with everyone. We got back to the beach house. And then I'm sober enough now where I'm like, okay, like, we need to go get Ryland. We need to go get him.
Passed out on the bench.
And I'm like, Ryland, like, his location's here. He's on the beach still. Like, let's just fucking drive down. And someone will go run on the beach and we'll get him put in the car. I don't know how it happens, but somehow we find Ryland. It was
you, Chris, and Steven, I believe.
Yes. We finally find Ryland, get him in the car.
Or, no, Kaneko.
Was Kaneko?
It was Kaneko, okay. Yes.
Kaneko's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was you and Kaneko trying to help me up the steps. And he's like, damn, Ryland, you can't help me? I'm like, bro, I can't help myself, you know? Like, what am I going to do? I mean, this is all just, I'm remembering what you guys had told me and what very little I remember that night.
Benton, like, elbowed
that was the night
crap out of my collarbone, and I had a knot on my collarbone.
Because you were fucked up, and you know I went to bed with like the most minuscule buzz, but forgot I was sleeping next to someone. I hit you. You woke up 6 a.m. to go to lifeguard.
I think I was working at the Hidden Pearl that morning.
Yes.
Is that what it was? Lifeguard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because I remember, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be driving to work. I still feel.
Are you sure this was 2017?
I think it's 2018. I think he's right. It probably is 2018.
All right, but when in 2018?
No, it might have been 2019.
My senior year? I don't know.
Oh, you actually might be right. No, you might be
2018,
right. 2019.
When are we thinking?
It's got to be 18 or 19.
June or
why are you asking
August.
the two people that were obviously disposed during the whole thing? We're not going to remember.
Maybe even like...
It could have, it could have been like April or September too. That's
I was going to say maybe.
Like,
it was like warm enough to be outside though.
Right, at night. At night. Right.
Dude, I'm
like, I can't find it.
I
guess it doesn't exist.
To find this
That's probably like my favorite story. Also, the first time he ever smoked. That's...
favorite story. That wasn't that night.
No, not that night. No.
I smoked or
him
Christian
smoked?
Okay.
No, and he smoked. I mean, for years, I was like, bro, come on, smoke. Do it. Come on.
What a great influence.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's an asshole. But I was like, do it. Man, the one night I get him to do it, he ends up, like, literally throwing up. And this is when Josh was dating Erica.
Yeah.
And Erica's like,
I'm in their bathroom, like, demons coming out.
Yes. Like, you can hear him if you're upstairs in that house. Like, you could hear him letting them out.
And Erica and Josh, I'm just, like, so blurry. And I just remember Erica and Josh, like, standing in the bathroom doorway, and they're like, what did they do to you? I'm like, I did it to myself.
She was pissed.
Yeah.
She was like, how dare you do that to him? I'm like, he's a grown man.
Dude, I threw up so many times at Ryland's house.
Oh, were you there for when Sam...
Always laying down horizontal on the couch and then just roll off a little onto the floor.
So Sam came over and we were doing St. Patrick's Day and we were playing Kings. Is it where you make your rules? We're playing Kings and I made the rule like you got to put your pinky up. Well, we get 2 bottles of Jameson and Sam probably drinks a bottle of himself before it's like 10 o'clock. So we go to the parade, we come back, and we're upstairs shooting pool on that little pool table.
Yeah.
He's literally like falling into the wall. Well, he ends up dying. We don't see him. He goes downstairs, throws up, and sleeping on the bathroom mat for like 7 hours. Like my dad and them come over and they're like, is he okay? I'm like...
Yeah, he's fine.
I'm like, yeah, he had a little too much Jamie this morning. He'll be okay. He'll shake it off. The Irish in him, he'll shake it off.
Dude, I drank a bottle of Smirnoff like on Ryan Ludwig's birthday before we went out to the ocean front. And then we made it all the way to Shuckers. And Mr. Ludwig had drinks waiting for us, and I'm already...
Oh, your birthday? Yeah, dude. I got photos from that night, too. I had to download Snapchat, because I think that's where it is.
On the memories.
I think it's on my memories.
It probably is
not
on
my
memories.
camera roll. So let's backtrack really quick again. So we said check 2016 first.
No,
right?
I'm
definitely
pretty sure it's
no.
2018
or 2019.
I think 2019.
Okay, I'll go.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay, I will have.
It's crazy because that feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it's freaking 2023.
2018.
COVID, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Crazy.
Okay, so I have in 2018 that was
Ryan Ludwig
was the birthday of what you just talked about.
Yeah.
This is you fucked.
Yeah.
This is at
CP Shockers.
No, this is before the first place we went to.
That is Murphy's.
It's it's
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road. There we go. I
Yes.
forget about that place all the time. Literally, I've been there one time, and it was this night.
Look at the background.
Dude,
It's
Christian
the Beatles
was,
back there.
and then
The destruction, the downfall.
bro.
Aw, so cute.
I wish I would have
These
kept
two.
soulless. Nothing.
He's so done.
Oh, damn.
You got put on water at that point. You were done.
Yeah,
he
orders a drink, and I'm like, absolutely fucking not. So I get up to go to the bathroom, and I go to the bartender, and I'm like, "Hey, did you already pour that drink?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, fuck it, give it to me. I'll have it. Charge me whatever. So you just fill up a cup of water and just give it to him, and like put like a spritz of like tonic or whatever it is like on top, so he doesn't like say anything. Like literally went. I was like, "Cool, good." That's what we gave to you.
That's funny.
Right.
You were like, "This is the best drink I've ever had."
I'm pretty sure I'm like, this doesn't have alcohol in it.
You were sorely disappointed after that moment.
That's so funny. Yeah, and then we went to Shockers after that, and that's where that picture before that was, I think. And that next morning was rough.
Dude, I'm not seeing it, man. I'm just not seeing it. You don't think it's possible to be 2020, right?
No. Definitely wasn't COVID. No.
Definitely
You're right. It wouldn't be, and I don't see anything in 2019. Fuck, dude.
I don't know.
I know for a fact I just have this blurry photo of Ryland.
You know who has it? I guarantee you, Kaneko definitely has it. I will put every cent of my name that he has that picture somewhere.
You're right.
He had so many pictures of us fucked up. I know he has it somewhere. I'm serious. You know it. You know it too. It's wild, man. But nah, man. We've had some really good times. We've done a lot of crazy shit. You know, I felt like after this last trip to Puerto Rico, I've lived a full life. I've lived the full life here. If I go, I go. It's one of them things at this point. I would love to stay, but hey, man.
That's too funny.
I'm searching like a bitch right now.
You're not gonna find it.
Yeah, I don't think no.
It doesn't exist. It never happened.
Yeah,
we all made it up.
Yeah, I never got sick. Homeless people never said anything to me. Never.
It was all a lie. It actually didn't happen. It's fake. It's fake news.
Benton's gonna text me later. I found it.
I know. I'm just waiting for him. Like, I found it, motherfucker. I knew it. I knew it was real. Yeah, June. I gotta get out of June. All right. Damn.
He said, "Damn."
He thought he saw it, but
yeah, I know. I thought I had it for.
So you think, like with TCC, whatever classes you have to take, are you gonna do like fall and spring? Because like, how is that gonna work if you want to go back down to Puerto Rico?
So the way it was gonna work is probably my first 2 semesters I could probably get away with enough online classes because I probably have to do some gen ed stuff again.
I gotcha.
So if I got like biology and whatever else I need, because I know I'll need that going into sports management and stuff of that nature. I know I'd need that. So it would just more be in the lab to do that. After that, if I could do it online, I mean, I was looking at trying to go to a bilingual college down there because then I could do that for half the year, get my credits back up here. You know, it's tough, bro. Being there 4 months, like I said, you come up here and it's hard to readjust.
Yeah.
Different culturally.
Yeah, it's got to be a kind of a weird transition coming back.
Well, you go to McDonald's and they speak English to you. You know, so it's like, you're like, damn, that's
so
that's
yeah.
Nice.
When you roll in McDonald's in Puerto Rico, you know they speak to you in Spanish, and then you just go like, uno.
No, they ask you what you want to order, and then, like papitos is fries. Like, it's, like I said, I learned enough stuff to get around down there.
Okay.
But, like, to actually sit there and have a damn conversation with them, I was getting to the point I could understand and interject to be like, oh, you're talking about that. Oh, okay. All right, go back to drinking my drink. Oh, no, or yes.
Do a lot of people there speak English, though? Like, broken?
I would say more speak than you will ever know, because I'm going to be honest. It's like us. We're in the States. I won't say America. We're all American. The States. And when you're in the States, everybody speaks English. So you're not expecting someone to speak Spanish. It's the main language.
Okay.
So, it's one of those things I would say, like, they can, and they're smart enough to, but you have to respect them enough to get that from them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect it any other way. I'm not going to go somewhere and be like, the fuck you ain't speaking English for, boy? You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, this is not my area. This is not where I've grown up and lived. I have to respect it and look at it differently, and that's it.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're back.
It's good to be back.
You're back for a while.
Last Thursday.
No, I think you were saying you're gonna be back.
You're gonna be back for a while.
Well, yeah.
I hope.
Well, only if you want to bring me back. I mean, then maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to do another round of Ryland and get some more insight and some more stories.
Yeah, we do. All three of us have a lot of stories. a lot of stories.
We get into it. I'm gonna find that fucking photo. I'm gonna find out.
When I'm sleeping at 2 a.m. and I get a fucking text,
I'm gonna have to text Kanika. You're probably right, because Kanika probably has it.
He 100% has it.
That guy.
He does.
He would have it. So, but other than that, anything else you want to add, Ryland, Christian?
No, I'm good.
It's good to be back. Good to be back with good people. Yeah.
Amen to that. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for Couch Surfing Podcast Season 3, Episode 12. Tune in next week for something big. For something big. Tune in. We'll see you next time.